Okay, we want to know and we hope that everybody can hear us tonight. We changed a few things up. I think we got our own answer. um, so, though I walk, and what we mean by that is we have different walks. You have a different walk. Your spirituality for this walk has to be intact. Your armor shined and polished. So tonight we're gonna let a lot of people know that we're gonna be using the channel this one in the evening for training, lessons, and teaching. Also for guests and people who need help right now. We're switching over to another YouTube. No, I mean it's the same YouTube, but a different time. We're gonna have morning tracker talks, and those we're gonna have a Patreon membership. But this is where our trackers are going to get together and talk. We feel like we've kind of neglected our own trackers. We haven't been able to spend a lot of time getting the information or helping out in other areas because we've been teaching so much and just needing to get back with our trackers is what we need to do. So we're going to be having a morning tracker talk. We're going to have some coffee and hopefully we got some friends and we just ran this by them to see if they may be able to make us some coffee cups. And also another friend is going to help us with some t-shirts and we're waiting on that. You can order through here also. And I hope we hope they can make the coffee cups because we just like that the look, and that we can have that coffee over the morning talks with the trackers and all the patrons who choose to join. So we're going to talk about our own spirituality. We don't need to talk about anybody else's, and that's pretty much the topic of today and what we will get to. So we're gonna have a few we're gonna have the words to start us off, and then we're gonna have some announcements, and then we're going to get with the lesson tonight of though I walk, that means your walk, that means my walk, that means Tracker E's walk, that means our trackers walk. We all have a different walk, even though we're a team and we all walk the same. We still have our own personal walk. We'll get to that also.
We'll pray. Lord, we're so blessed to be here, and we thank you. We thank you for preparing the path before us, for giving us discernment, for giving us this platform and protecting it and all who view it. And we thank you for protecting us from the enemy in all its forms. In the name of Jesus. And welcome everybody. Our verse for tonight was cut off a little. I think they can hear okay.
Okay. I just thought it'd be okay.
Our verse for tonight was cut off a little bit. It's yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for thou art with me, thy rod and thy staff, they comfort me. The rod in this context is to discipline, and the staff is to guide. That's how they used them. And that's Psalm 23:4. And when I say discipline, I mean correction, not beating. I mean correction. Let's tell you about our 3 Facebook pages: Oklahoma Bigfoot Predator Watch, Antlers and Surrounding Areas; the Choctaw Missing and Murdered Woman, WOMBMAN and Son, Center and Database, and the Lead Tracker E Facebook pages. We invite you to join those. And then we also have the Lead Tracker E YouTube channel, and I'll put these links in the comments also. And we welcome you guys to join us on those pages too. The email is capital J, Jerry Williams, 1927 at outlook.com, or all lowercase lead tracker E at gmail.com. And our P.O. Box, if you would like to write to us, is our address is P.O. Box 655, Antlers, Oklahoma 74523.
Also, the Bigfoot DVD. It's a documentary that has everything you need. And we was talking about that because to us, that Bigfoot documentary is all the basics that you need to know to get to the advancement of where we are today. A lot of our trackers have this, and they can tell you it's more advanced than any DVD or documentary that has ever been put out. It's got the DNA, the different looks, the multi DNA mix. We got pictures of that. We've got Bigfoots in there. We've got translucent Bigfoots in it. We got their traps. We got where they hunt, how they hunt, scent, smell, you name it, it's in there. But to us, that's a basic thing that everyone should know, but many people don't know. And that was waiting for CT to see if CT was back, but she isn't. Oklahoma Adventures. Would you like to help us out tonight and come on and translate? We have two windows, and what we're saying over here, have you translate over here. That would be great. Or anyone who can translate English into Spanish for our new viewers. Where was that?
Should we welcome who's in the chat so far?
Okay. The Bigfoot documentary. You can order. Also, in the description below, you can find the order, PayPal, Cashapp. But don't forget our tracker, morning tracker talks. That's with just our trackers and Patreon members who would like to listen in to or enjoy more information that our trackers use. We're going to use this time to bring what we talked about to here and give the update. And we'll always do that real quick one. There's a lot of things on the trackers that we have to talk about, and we need to spend more time together, but you are welcome to join in on that. It is a private or an unlisted stream, so you will need the link, and to get that link, you would have to be a Patreon member, and we will send that to you with all the information. It's just something that our trackers need to have our own conversations, and we'll use this one as a teaching tool for lessons and things that you need to keep safe out there. Also, we're going to use it for guests and people who need help right now. Some people have Bigfoot problems right now, don't know where to turn, can't find it anywhere else. A lot of our viewers and a lot of our guests have also, and will tell you that they have written their story into somewhere else, or was on another podcast or something else, and it was just for them to tell their story. It wasn't any help. There was no interaction. The right questions weren't asked. It's only because the other interviewers or the people at that time don't have the information that we have. And in that DVD, you would have that information as our trackers do now. So we're going to go through the comments real fast. We kind of did for just a little bit. We're going to go through the comments, and then we're going to start with the lesson tonight. Also, Jose and Tanya, por favor, necesito ustedes for transductor, translación, gente, por favor. The link, sí, sí, sí. The link aquí, necesito aquí en nosotros ver ustedes aquí. Entonces, Jose and Tanya, the StreamYard link is in the comments. Click on it, and we will get you on. You have two pictures, and we'll give Jose and Tanya
Want to do that?
just a second, I hope. And just go to my comment, push on the link, and we'll get you in here. That'll take just a second. Okay. Okay, that was for the trackers. And we're going to have a lot of information in the trackers. CT.
CT gets to just listen tonight. Or she may want to come in and we'll let
CT or Oklahoma Adventures or both. Click the StreamYard link and come on, and we'll have two windows, and we need one person translating what we say over here. CT or Oklahoma Adventures or both. Click that little link in the comments, and we'll get you on. So tonight, we had a whole tracker thing, but then we decided that we're going to move the tracker information over so that we can focus more on that. And that is Friday, the first tracker meeting when we're all together. The first tracker meeting is Friday from 9:30 to 10:30. We've got a lot, and we may be having a couple during the week because we need to catch up on a lot of things. So tonight we're talking about spiritual warfare.
It's still glitching every 10 seconds.
Is our sound okay? It seems we're glitching again. But is our sound okay? Is our sound okay? Is our sound okay? Can somebody hear us? We may be glitching, but are you able to hear us? Are you able to hear us?
It's more important that you hear us than that you see us.
Mm-hmm. We'd rather you hear us than see us. Okay. Oklahoma Adventure says yes. Okay. Now, Oklahoma Adventures or CT? Or CT. Can you come onto the show, click that link, click the link, and come onto the show so you can translate and people can hear you, and we can also do the questions. It's just to help everyone out. So with the spiritual warfare, we want to talk about lukewarm people the unknowing people. Spiritual warfare, whenever we go into the field, and this is why we're saying, though I walk, we as warriors and trackers have already said our goodbyes. So when we're out in the field and anything happens, we've already, there's no thought about, I forgot to say, or if I had a little more time, I could tell them this. So we have to already be ready. We have to be prepared for everything. And to do that is to polish your armor, to keep it shined, to not have one chink or crack in that armor. But lukewarm people, as in the Bible, are a chink in the armor. They are a crack in the armor, in their own armor. It's not the armor of everyone else. It's not everyone else's armor. It's their armor. It's their personal walk, their security, their knowing. And the first step into spirituality is knowing the truth. To be shown the truth. And that truth is the only language here, and truth is the only language in the spiritual world. You cannot connect to spirituality without truth. Some of the truth that people don't know is that the spiritual world is true, is real. People don't know that dream worlds are real. People don't know Jesus is real. People don't know God is real. And people don't know that spirituality, spiritual worlds, dream worlds, astral projection. When people don't know that these things are real, or that other people who study dreams or has had some traumatic event can enter into another person's dream. Now, that's through familiarity and unification. It's a spiritual joining of that person, of knowing everything about that person, studying that person. Oh, okay, Pyro. Now, ways to get to know that these things are real, to know that the spiritual world is real. Astral projection is one way, what we would call spiritual travel also. But this also leads you to the truth of the energy body. You can get there through meditation also, plants, and some people actually get there through drugs and alcohol. But remember that dreams, this spiritual world, when you dream, you enter into a dream world. You're not here. Your inside is not here. Your body is. And when you wake back up, you're here. When your eyes are closed, you're somewhere else. Either you're spiritual traveling, dreaming, or something like that. Dreaming is dangerous. Spiritual travel is dangerous. Astral projection is dangerous. Dreams are a two-way door. You go into that dream and you come back out. Sometimes, some people don't. But you can go into that door, into that world. Something else will sneak in. Another demon, but it won't be one. They never travel in one. But the people who practice astral projection, spiritual travel, or even the people who try to get other people to do it, they know that that vessel, the body, is going to be empty. And some people will put demons in that body. People allow demons to come in when they do the astral projection because they're gone. They're somewhere else. That vessel's open. Those demons are flooding in while you're gone. They're flooding in and they're hiding. They're finding every place that they can hide to stay inside of you. And when you come back and you wake up, but every time you do that, you're going to feel different. Something's different. Something's changed. And that's demons that has entered into that body. The people who do study it and the people who do practice these things and try to teach other people to do it, they know how to get into people's dreams. It's always through like a trauma or something. Even there's a movie called Inception, and that movie talks about people going into dreams just to influence people, but other people use it to go into other people's dreams to control them or to feed on them. But also Bigfoots know how to do these things. Those hybrids, those creatures, the shadow people, they all know how to enter into your dream also. Whenever you get information from any demon, which that's who you're talking to. If you're in those dreams and spiritual worlds, you're talking to demons. That connection, that voice that never shows you a body, that dark voice that says, "Don't be afraid of little old me." That voice, that's the one that's going to give you the information. It'll be a guide for you. It'll help you through dreams. It'll tell you when people are going to die because demons talk to demons. It will give you information that you never had before, teach you how to do certain things. But as soon as you use that information, you made a deal. And the payment, there's a consequence for that deal, for that deal making, for that information. The consequence is your soul and every bit of energy that you have, plus your energy, your physical body. When you make a deal with a demon, they want every bit of you. Now, Bigfoots and hybrids, they know that when a person is in a car wreck, in which they do put the animals out in front of the roads, they put the hogs and the deer to hit your vehicles. They're waiting for you to impact, to veer off. And if they're lucky, then you are passed out or injured, or some people do die. But in those collisions, that's when the Bigfoots or the hybrids come in, and they will drink and lap blood. They still get the kill. All they do is drag it outside the road if it's a highway patrol or something. And then the Bigfoot still get to eat the meal, plus they get the DNA of man. The energy body can be released in different ways, and that trauma is one of them. You have trauma, coma patients are in this position. Uh, sorry, CT. We're trying to get someone to come on to translate for us, but no one yet.
I think they didn't want to come on the screen, but Paramedic reminded them that they can just use an emoji and they don't have to actually be on the video, but they can still speak. But if it's
Okay.
easier to type.
Okay, I hope everybody is getting the translation. But Christian said there's no help with the translation. No ayuda con la traducción.
CTC.
Oh, CT's helping. Okay. So CT's helping.
Jerry, I fell asleep for 15 minutes and my head's still slow in my eyes. I cannot read that well. I don't know why. Take a minute and get you a drink of water. It's okay. It's okay. It's no pressure. We will work it. We will work it out. Get you a drink.
Okay. Okay, CT. CT, can you click on that link?
And Tanya also.
Whoever.
Okay.
Okay. What?
Okay, water. CT says, okay, let me get water. Hold on.
So there's many ways to have the exposure of your energy body, and that's through trauma, coma, death, near death.
Meditation, mediumship, sin, and direct invitation, and witchcraft.
Also, being struck on the right shoulder blade will move your energy body. If you and don't dream. If you're caught in a dream, or if you feel yourself dreaming, wake yourself up. Pull yourself out of that dream. And also, when you go to bed, tell yourself not to dream. Don't dream at all. Dreams are dangerous.
When I was younger, I used to say the name of Jehovah. That was what I had been trained to say if I had a nightmare. But that honestly did not work when I was a kid. But when I was older, to call on the name of Jesus did work and has worked and does work.
Mm-hmm. Also, when you're dreaming, if you have a dream, pull out of it. Wake yourself up. Get out of the dream. Toss and turn. Adjust yourself. Don't fall asleep in that same position. Move. Turn your body, whatever. Or you'll go back into that dream, that same dream, and you can do that too.
You can even be attacked in good dreams, what may feel like good dreams, but they are lustful dreams. Those are also energetic attacks.
Dreaming is exhaustive. The reason people wake up tired is because they're being fed upon in their dreams by spiritual energy creatures, and it can be Bigfoot, it can be translucent beings. It can be shadow people, and it can be the little energy beings.
It can be a demon by the name of whatever you are worrying about.
Whenever you feel slow, sluggish, weighed down, like you can't move your feet, you can't fly, you can't move, you feel paralyzed in dreams. That's when you're being fed upon. When you have those dreams, wake yourself up. You're being fed upon. You open a door in that dream, and that predator waits at that dream door.
That predator may even disguise itself to look like your own real mate, your own real spouse. You have to be very careful of that. When we say meditation, we mean opening yourself up, not meditation as in the Bible says to meditate upon these things or meditate on what is good. We're talking about opening your mind up just to the universe. You might as well be a Ouija board. You always want to enclose your mind, and this is why we teach the mind protection technique so that you don't have anything attached to you. In regards to the astral projection, when you, even if you put protection on your body and you say nothing can enter here while I go out flying around, things can attach to you out there and come back into your body with you as you enter back into your body. Also, if you stay out too long or go out too far, that silver cord that attaches you to your body can break. You do not want to do astral projection. Mediumship, you do not want to open yourself up to spirits and allow them to enter you or use you. God does not need tools. He does not need to reach you or to talk to you or to give you information. He will do that directly with you. He doesn't need to use another person to speak through to talk to you. The only ones that need to do that are the deceivers. God does not need Ouija boards and divination tools to talk to you. The only people that talk to you, the only entities that talk to you through these divination tools are the demons. The familiar spirits know all about your family. They're going to pretend to be your great Aunt Sally or your mama, your brother. It's painful, it's wicked, it's cruel, but that's what they are. And they will use that trauma and that grief as an opening to attach to you and to create a doorway that will get you seeking the spirit world more and more and more, but not through the comfort of God, through these demons. Be very, very careful of grief. That's another open doorway.
Also, in the dreams, that when that door is open, when you start dreaming, two-way door, you're going in, but these things are coming in. And that's when they can connect with you. They can get in your dreams. They can get in your body. And those are the what we call organic beings. Those are the physical. Those are the Bigfoots. Those are the rakes. Those are the spiders. Inorganic beings. Those are demons. Those are the spiritual attackers, the energy vampires. But also remember, demons are not ghosts or apparitions. Apparitions are people before us who has passed, who are still here. They're not interfering. They're doing their thing. Demons are the ones who are going to interfere. They're the ones who want the energy. They want to feed upon it. They, as TrackerElla was saying, these demons in your dreams will take the familiarity of your loved ones, as she was also saying. They'll try to scare you, horror, sexual excitement, and that's just to get your energy up, and so they can feed off of it while you're dreaming. Or if they've already made a connection with you, they're going to come every night and feed on you. And don't ever think that it's ever just one Bigfoot or just one demon. They're always in packs and they're always together. The demons have also seen your grandmother's family album. The demons have seen your mother's family album. Demons have seen your family album. The demons have seen your grandkids to the birth of the new grandchild.
This is how they can give information when you go to a psychic and they say some secret that you never knew or that you didn't know anyone else knew, and you get all excited about it. That revelation is not from God. That revelation is from that family member's demon talking to your demons, and they're communicating with each other. They get together, they have their little meeting. They're like, hey, ask them about this time they sinned or that time they sinned. The devil is an accuser, and that's how they'll get you too, is with guilt. And you have to be very careful of that.
Demons will listen to your wishes, to your prayers, to your thoughts, to your conversations. And as TrackerElla was talking about that, say this, and they will travel with you. They'll go walk beside you. They'll make sure you're not interfered with by any other demons, but they will communicate with every demon, and just like a Bigfoot will, because a Bigfoot will say, don't touch this one. This one's mine. This human is mine. Same thing demons do. You won't see them, but they're communicating with other demons. And as TrackerElla was talking about, when you're in another state, another country, somewhere completely across the other world where you know nobody, and say an exorcism or something like that, or a place where demons are communicating, that demon will tell you over there, that the demon over there will tell you what you ate last week, what your last phone conversation was, if you cheated on your anything. They're communicating. This demon is communicating with that demon in two areas. They travel with the person. So if they travel with this person, they're talking with this other person. It could be two people, but it's really this demon is talking to this demon. This demon is telling every secret that needs to be told, so that they can get together and feed off both energies. It's like a buffet. It's like, I'll share mine and you share yours. But they will travel with you. They listen to your wishes, your dreams. And if
your internet searches,
yeah,
they watch what you do. God knows your heart, but they watch what you're doing.
So they're hearing your wishes, your dreams, your obsessions, and they're going to fulfill them if they can. And they're, instead of saying God did that, they're going to let you know they did that. And when you accept that wish, you accept a contract. That contract has a consequence of eating you and consuming your energy body. So whatever you're wishing for, wishing upon that star, they will fulfill it if they can, and claim their right to eat you. Claim their right to you. I fulfilled that wish. I helped you with that. Now, you give me what I want. and they have all the knowledge. They'll give you whatever you want as long as they keep that connection and feed upon you.
And they don't just want you, they want that contract entered into for generations. They want you, they want your children, they want your grandchildren. They want to destroy your entire family line. They want to destroy all of humanity.
Now, when you dream or have trauma, near death, coma, when trauma happens that your body can't cope with, your energy body pops out. People will tell you or want you to practice astral projection to pull your energy body out. There's people who want to have you breathe as fast as you can because that will pull your energy body out. They're getting rewards for feeding you to them, for exposing your energy body. But they're not telling you, once that energy body comes out of the physical body, demons come. Demons, they want that energy body. They want to feed off of a fresh energy.
It's like the old blue light special at Kmart. I don't know if anyone remembers that or not, but they would turn on a blue light and people would just rush over to it where they had a sale going on. The demons are like that. When you have a chink in your armor, your soul is exposed, your light is exposed, that crack is there, and they will flock to that crack and do everything they can to dig in and to put pressure on that, to bust you wide open, because they want to consume you.
So when the energy body gets exposed and all these creatures, these predators, these energy predators come to try to feed on that energy, the energy body that's inside you, that's inside everyone with a soul, is a light blue configuration. It's like a see-through light blue, real small. Like if it was inside me, it would be right here. It'd be on the inside here. The shoulders would be this big, and then it would come down. It fits inside this body. And it's a light blue ghost-like configuration. That is your energy body. That energy body is sleeping. Keep it, let it sleep. Let it rest. It's used for spiritual travel if you need it. It's also used in trauma to help you cope with the body. But it's also your vessel whenever someone may pass or use it to travel. But it can be awoken by trauma, and it can be awoken by astral projection and practice like that. We do not recommend practicing these techniques. The reason we're telling you these things is we want you to be able to know how to use it if you have to. It's like learning how to swim before you get to the ocean.
And you may get away with it for years, just like reading tarot cards. You may do that for years and not have a visible problem. But the reckoning will come someday.
The spiritual body protects the energy body. The energy body protects the physical body. Energy does not cross energy, but energy can cross energy. What I'm talking about is if you've got two people walking, two physical people, as Tracker and myself, if we were walking down a sidewalk, we would go around each other. Energy does not cross energy. Energy, you're not naturally just going to walk into somebody. Or even if you got your head down, you're going to stop in front. Energy doesn't cross energy. But energy can cross energy. That means a demon can cross energy and push you down. Energy can push you down the stairs. Demons can pull that steering wheel. Demons can put that gun up and pull that trigger. We naturally will not run into anybody. Energy doesn't cross energy. Energy flows. If you cross it, you stop it. We don't stop. Energy flows. It keeps going. Now, in the spiritual world, in dream worlds, in astral projection, in coma, near death, we're only telling you this to help you. Now, a knowing energy body, knowing that you have an energy body, knowing you have a spiritual body, knowing you have a soul, you have to realize that in the spiritual world, I'm going to put this up real fast again. In the spiritual world, in this world, truth is the only language. Truth connects to everybody, everything. Lies, deceit, betrayal does not. The energy body, when you're a truth speaker, I don't even want to say religious. I want to say a spiritual person. Let's say that. A spiritual person. That when you're talking, everything's being carried out. Whenever you need something, you're talking directly to the energy, to God, to Jesus. You're talking directly to that being. Truth is the language. And Jesus and God speak every language. But also demons can speak every language. They're not the salvation. They're not the help. They're the pretend. They're the imitator. And they will imitate and pretend as long as you let them. But in the spiritual world, you have to move like energy. You have to think like energy. And to think like energy, you have to put your intent first. And then it moves to your will, and then you move. There are no calves and no feet in the spiritual world, so you move like energy. Here in the spiritual world, in the organic world, we have feet and we're connected to the earth. But it's the same way. You have to use your intent first. In the physical body, the will is located under the belly button. You have to use your intent. You have to think. You have to say, I need to go over to that car. I need to go over to the table. I need to go over to the chair. Then this signal goes down to the will. The will is the one that moves the feet. The will is the one that moves the feet. Now, the reason will get in the way. But you won't have that in the spiritual world. You'll only know spirituality. In the spiritual world, when you move like energy, energy predators can't get you. They can't pin you down. You're moving like this. But if you don't know how to use your energy body, you're going to drift. You're just going to drift. And these energy predators are going to snatch it up and take it. And that's where the saying, rage against the dying of the light, because they're going to pull you to the deepest and the darkest and the furthest place they can to hide you away, to feed on you, on your energy body. So also in the physical world, when you use your intent, I intend to go to the store, get some ice cream, and come back. If you use your intent to say, I'm going to go to the store, get some ice cream, and come back, you will get there and come back safe. Your intent will take care of you. I got you. That's what you're doing. Let's do it. I got you. But if you intend to go to the store and get ice cream and go to the clothing store, go to the grocery store, another one, go to the lumber yard, go to the plumbing area, go pay bills, go check the mail, your intent is wiped out. You're not safe any longer. Anything can happen. Too many events are being put in front of you. Too many traps are being put in front of you. Use your intent. If you don't know how to move in dreams, you're going to drift and you're going to be an easy target for energy predators that are in that dream world, that are in that spiritual world waiting for you.
One of the things that we want you to know, we're all used to being spiritually attacked where we're weak. That would be addictions, obsessions, those kind of things, where we're not used to being attacked. And we're, the weakest warriors get trapped there in their weaknesses, but the stronger ones get trapped in their strengths because you let your guard down. You say, well, I got an 80-foot wall over there. That's not a problem. I'll never have a problem in that area. And you don't expect that that's where the attack will come from. So be very, very wary of that, especially people who are very strong in their religion and faith. Be very careful of that. That's the sin of pride and ego.
People you can either gain spiritual power and make your armor the strongest it can possibly be, or you can exhaust your spiritual power. And you exhaust your spiritual power by giving your energy away to something that has no substance. Give your energy away by watching a football game. Give your energy away by going to a party. Giving your energy away by watching TV or the movies. You're exhausting your energy. If you watch a football game with friends, you're going to see them jumping up and screaming and hollering. If you was to watch that same thing from outside through a window, you would see the exhaustion of energy that this square box has produced, that programmers has produced to get that energy for themselves.
And you will notice that people rarely get that excited when they're in the state of worship or in the churches, that they're far more enthused and far more vocal and amped up over sports and music and things like that. That's something to be wary of.
Also, in the dream worlds, there's traps such as vases, naked or sexuality, people, wealth, houses, even balloons, a house with a field. Those are all traps in the dream world. Also in the physical world, the Bigfoot and the hybrid predators lay traps. Like if you're going around a curve, they're going to put a shiny say, a shiny beer can, or an odd-looking rock, or they'll put a tire on a tree that just catches your attention. That trap is to draw your attention away. So when you're making that turn, you look over here and you just went into a trap, or there's animals crossing there, or it's a skid area, or it's a low shoulder area. Bigfoots and hybrid predators lay traps like that.
That's the importance of staying focused. Spiritual warriors don't get caught because they keep their eyes on the mission and they keep moving forward. No matter who gets mad at them, no matter who gets offended, no matter who gets disappointed, they keep moving forward. Even if we get disappointed in ourselves, whatever, we keep moving forward. We keep moving forward. Stay focused. You won't get trapped if you stay focused.
Also, these predators that are in the rooms and houses where the children are, the dark areas, they're also called shadows, shadow people, blurs. But their main goal is to feed off you and your energy body. People will be tormented by demons, even by shadow people, which are also Bigfoots and translucent ones. When people are tortured with these things, the voices, the sounds, the things moving around their homes, people will actually bloodlet. They will cut themselves or scratch themselves, or even scratch an old wound to bloodlet. And that's an offering to that demon. That demon will come and lick and lap on that, and that person will have the best night of sleep. That demon got fed and left them alone that night because it got what it needed.
Mm-hmm. We're not saying that the person can always see the demons, though sometimes they can. We're saying that that relentless pressure of the demon to relieve yourself in a way that is damaging to the body, that harms the body, relieves the pressure. That's a sign that there's demons involved. That should not be your response. God does not want us to harm ourselves ever.
So in those dreams, when you feel weighed down, sluggish, things on your chest, things by your feet, underneath your bed, wake yourself up. Do not dream. Tell yourself, do not dream tonight. Also, pray. And pray over yourself. Pray over your body. Pray for yourself. And pray for protection that your body will not be attacked or fed upon.
If your child is telling you that there's something in their room, take them seriously. If they want the light on, and I used to be such a stickler about this, I would say, no, you won't get good rest if the light's not off. If I could go back and do that over again, I would let them have those lights on. Let them have those lights on, and you can gradually ease it back down into the darkness after they are over whatever is bothering them. But let them have their lights on. Look in their closets. Make some monster spray with water that you've prayed over and spray it in there, and let them know that you are taking them seriously. And more importantly, let those demons know that you are taking that child seriously and that you are fighting back with them, that you are there to stand in the gap where they don't know how to fight back for themselves. It can be a little tricky because you don't want to feed into the child's fear. It's all in how you handle it, just like grief and everything else. If you don't make a crazy, hyper emotional deal out of it, they won't. You just calmly go, okay, let's go take care of this problem. I got you. And God's got you.
Talk to the children. If you have babies in the house, have those babies in your room. Let them brighten that room up. You know, and as you start cleaning, Spiritual cleaning. We do have a link that we didn't put on, but we will. Clean that house completely, top to bottom. Use a broom. Hit those corners. Every line. Ceiling fans. Every crevice. Don't give demons a place to hide. Don't give them a place. Um, Brighten it up. Clean it up. Vacuum every corner. Clean your house so much there will not be one bug in there. There will not be one spider in there. There will be not one crumb to where you don't know where it's at.
And then be careful there too, because the demons will, it's just always a balancing act. The demons will also exploit if they see that you're an OCD type person, which obsessive compulsive is an attack, that's an obsession. But if they see that you're like that, they'll push you over to that other edge to where you're fanatically cleaning and your focus is on that again instead of on your spiritual walk or on God. It's on the fear of, if I don't do this right. You've got to have balance. Keep your house clean, get rid of the shadows, but don't become obsessive and destroy your family over it.
Don't use baby talk to the children. Every child understands. And if you speak to that child and like we speak to each other, that child will understand you perfectly. And that child will know it's got more respect also.
I had a teacher ask me once, they were trying to identify one of my girls as gifted and talented. And one of the questions was, do they take a simple subject and make it complex? I said, no, but she's gifted because she can take a complex issue and make it simple. And that's what we need to do.
Close the door. Close the door. Practice this even in the physical world. When you go through a door, close it. When you go to the bathroom after you're leaving, close it. When you go outside to get the groceries from the car, close that door. Close your car door when you're coming to the house. Practice it. Your body will learn it, and even in dreams, you will know, close the door. Don't go in. Close the door to the organic or the physical predators, which are the Bigfoots and the hybrids, but also close the spiritual door. Cut them all off. Cut every predator off. Just, you're not feeding here, no more. Cut them off.
Close the doors to people in your life that only bring negativity or gossip or draw you away from your focus.
When you close that door and you secure your home, when you secure your home, you're secure in your home, and demons don't like it when you secure these things. Secure your home. Secure your love. That means your children, your loved one, your spouse, your whoever's with you. Secure your love. Secure your body. That's dreams. That's letting physical predators, people who want to draw energy from you. Secure that. Cut them off too, and secure your mind. The mind is the easiest one to manipulate. The demons know your, like we said, the demons know your wishes, thoughts, conversations. They will produce whatever it is needed to get you excited or sexual or horrid or in some kind of scared fashion to feed off that energy. When you secure your home, when you secure your love, your body, and your mind, you are securing thresholds. And thresholds in the Bible tells you to secure your thresholds. It's not just talking about your house. It's saying put your family in there, put your, your pets in there, Close those windows. Lock that door. And you will be passed over. And that's why so many people are alive today, is because they've secured their home. They secured their love. And we're talking about securing love. We're talking about when somebody goes outside of your family, say your wife goes outside, the husband, you go outside with her. You're watching the tree lines. You're watching around her to make sure she is safe. When you're outside or inside, hold hands. Show every demon around you your love is secure. Always, when your children go outside, make sure you're out there with them. Every second they are out there. Don't try to run inside and check the clock. Don't. If you hear the phone, don't run inside. Stay with that child. Secure your love. That threshold will be passed over. Bigfoots will pass that house over. They want to go to the house where it's arguing, open doors, voices, chaotic.
Isolated people.
Isolated people.
Angry people, bitter people.
People dealing with death. People, even people dealing with new loves.
Mm-hmm.
They're in there with that sexuality, with that excitement.
Mm-hmm. New Christians, baby Christians. And sometimes, as we were talking earlier, the long-time Christians that have lost love. They started out new and they were excited about God, and they were excited about everything to do with God and their creator, and being a Jesus person and being a Christian in the true sense of the word. But then somewhere along the line, they started pointing fingers. How did you put that earlier? I absolutely loved it. You said,
when you have, though I walk, oops, let's not get up. Though I walk, that's your walk. That's your walk with God. That's the way it should be. But when you talk about someone else's spirituality, or question their spirituality, or question them, do you know God? Do you know Jesus? What you're doing is this. You're no longer focused on your spirituality. You're no longer focused on your Jesus. You're no longer focused on your God, because you're pointing your finger over here and over there. And
do they know God? Do they know God?
Do you know God? Do you know God? Do you know God?
What about them, Lord? Who else does that?
You got your back. You turned your back on God. You turned your back on Jesus. You should be right here with your own walk. Though I walk, don't worry about everybody else's spirituality. You have to work on yours. You have to have your armor, your spirituality, your armor polished and shine. Don't worry about anybody else's spirituality. Like what we're talking about is to help you understand there is a spiritual world. Jesus is real. God's real. Dreams are real. Things that a lot of people have not heard or were taught. So don't worry about anybody else. Worry about you. Worry about your walk with God.
As an ex-witch, I can tell you, and I had a love for God just my whole life, really, but I put a name to him as Jesus when I was 13, and someone gave me a Bible, and my love for him never, ever ended. But there was a time when I was a witch, and for many years. And the reason I did that is because of the religious spirit of witchcraft, the religious witches that were doing that, pointing the finger. And it wasn't even at me. It was the way I was seeing them treat other people. And at times that'll try to creep into this stream, or into our lives, won't allow it, will not tolerate it, because that is pushing more people from God. The people that you think are imperfect, each one of us can reach. I'll be able to reach witches and talk to witches about things some of you will never understand because you never walked that world. Pastor Dave, who's on here, and his wife, they will be able to talk to people who have been addicts because they've walked through that world. They know that world. They can reach those people that you can't. You will be able to reach people that are not in our sphere of knowledge or influence. That's what you need to be focused on, not trying to throw cogs in the wheels of other people that are pointing to Jesus. That's when you become a tool of the enemy. That's all I have to say about that for a minute.
Now, your love, your home, those are thresholds. Your body is a threshold. Your mind is a threshold. A tent could be a threshold. Your car could be a threshold, a shed, even a doghouse. As long as you can get a door on it, that's still a threshold. There are groups of Bigfoots called Thunder. There's a group of Bigfoots called Thunder. There's a group of Bigfoots called Lightning. This is a lot of tracker talk also, but this has to do with spirituality also. These Bigfoots will test you. These demons will test you. You're going to get tested every day, every second. Anything they can get, they'll take. These groups, Thunder and Lightning, they're very dangerous. They only come out during these times. Other times, these other Bigfoots run food to them. They're hunters. They're vicious. They hunt before the storm. They hunt during the storms, which kind of irritates me that some of these other groups and Bigfoot people are supposed to know this. Bigfoots are opportunities. A storm is a perfect opportunity. A storm is a perfect hunting time for them. They hunt during the rain. They hunt during the storms. They capitalize on it, and their opportunity is there. So if you hear any other group saying it's too wet for them to be out, or it's too cold for them to be out, or it's too hot for them to be out, these Bigfoots hunt. They will sit in water. They will sit in the snow for days just to get a better advantage on getting people. The threshold, the Bigfoots will test that. Thunder and Lightning will test that. Thunder and Lightning, these Bigfoot groups, they hunt during the storms. They will come to your house. They will shake your house. They will try to lift your roof off. They will shake they will rip down your water drains. They will crack trees over, make blinds in front of you. They will make the sounds of thunder and lightning so loud, so powerful, and shake your house as hard as they can to get you to break your threshold. They're testing you. They want you to run to the public shelter. They want you to run to the cellar that's out back. When you break your threshold, you're fair game. When you give your faith up, when you deny that you no longer have faith in the power of Jesus, you will break your threshold. You will run. You will go outside and try to get in that storm shelter. The Bigfoots know you're fair game now. The Bigfoots know you have no spirituality. You gave up on the faith of God that is going to get you through this storm, and you ran. You broke your security. When you run from a storm out of your home, out of your car, out of that tent, you are telling the demons, I have no faith in Jesus. Jesus ain't going to get me through. That's what you are telling demons. Secure your home. Have faith in your home. Have faith in your love. Have faith in your body. Have faith in your mind. These demons and Bigfoots, they try everything they can to get you. Energy, physical. They can get you physically when you lose your faith. Even in the field, when you're facing these things face to face, you make sure your armor is intact. Not a chink, not a crack.
The storm troops that he's talking about with the Bigfoot, you need to understand that there is the natural weather that God created, but there is also the Bigfoots that work under the same names and covers of these storms. Two different things. It's not the same subject. The Bigfoot will use the storms that God created or that man now creates with HARP and other equipment to modify the weather. They will use that to advance their destruction.
Remember, Satan is nothing compared to Jesus. Satan is nothing compared to God. Demons are nothing compared to the spirituality. They're not compared to the truth. Jesus is not an angel. Two different things. Jesus is an image of God. An angel is what it is.
Its own creation.
What it is. Yeah.
Remember when Jesus said, "Why are you waking me up? Why are you worried about this storm? What are you doing? Why are you doubting?" This is the same concept. You've got to learn to be able to notice these patterns in both the spiritual world and in the physical world.
Get that armor intact. You know there are many ways to attack you. Don't be fooled by the physical. Don't be fooled by society. Society is telling you wear bell bottoms, walk around like Fonzie, eat a burger joint. It doesn't tell you you're being attacked, you're being entrapped. Things are going on right now to try to get your energy, to try to get your soul. The spiritual war, the spiritual warfare, the spiritual war that we weren't taught as kids. We were given lessons, but we weren't taught these things are real.
If you have a spiritual leader, a preacher, a pastor that dismisses you when you try to tell them that you're under spiritual warfare, or if they just say, "Oh, let's just pray about it," and it's a quick prayer and it's done, but they don't equip you with the tools for spiritual warfare, and we're talking about fighting back, not just passive Christianity. We're talking about advancing the kingdom of God and fighting back and resisting the devil, not just curling up in a ball and saying, "I hope it goes away. Please pray for me." You want a preacher and a pastor who, if he doesn't know how to fight back against it, then he'll bring in someone who will train himself and you all. It's just too important to overlook. If your spiritual leader does not recognize that demons are actual entities and not just a vague concept of evil, that they are actual personalities, actual created unclean spirits, they're not doing you any good. You need a preacher who is willing to say, this kind only comes out with fasting and prayer, and we're going to address this. You want a fearless preacher of the caliber of Derek Prince or Russ Dizdar, people who will wade into battle, not the mealy-mouthed little preachers that closed up shop and hid when COVID came out. Not the kind that told people to quit praying and having their choirs and everybody wear a mask if you even did show up at church. Those churches failed during COVID. The churches that prospered, the churches that just their numbers quadrupled, were the churches that had faith and were not afraid of the enemy. Those are the churches that you look for. Do you have to have a church home? No, you do not. You can have a Bible study. You can sit with friends and read the Bible together and talk about spirituality together. You do not have to have a church home. But a good church home is going to make you have a lot more support when you do struggle, and you will be stronger because of the team around you. It can be a liability, or it can, it can be a blessing. It just depends. Keep looking if they don't do those things, or ask if they will bring in another preacher that maybe specializes in deliverance ministry or exorcism or extreme spiritual warfare, and ask them to come and teach you. One of my past preachers, I have a lot of respect for him, and he did not like to deal with the spiritual warfare beyond the prayers, but to his credit, he did bring in classes and work so that we could all learn together.
Also, remember, whenever you're facing these demons and they're around your home or around you now, and you need to get rid of them, remember Jesus gave you the authority over them, gave you the voice. Use the words, let God speak through you to the demons. Don't let the demons have a place to hide. Don't give them a place. Lukewarm people. Who do the lukewarm people belong to? If you're not with Jesus and you're lukewarm are people like doctors, lawyers, nurses, teachers, parents, coaches, business people, police officers, ambulance people, paramedics. If you're lukewarm, you know you're lukewarm. You're not spiritually intact. You don't have God in your house. You don't have Jesus in your house.
CT, we're not sure. What to say to the demons.
Oh, when you're having to tell demons to leave, let the word flow through you. Let the word of God flow through you. Let God speak through you to tell the demons it's time to leave. You have that authority. You have those words. Use them. You don't have to pray. God gave you the authority. Use it. Use it. Speak out.
And you don't have to scream and shout, because that actually is a sign of not being in control.
Yeah. So we do have our tracker meeting on Friday, this coming Friday on the 10th. We are going to have some Patreon members join us. That will be on Friday morning at 10 or 9:30 to 10:30. All the Patreon members will get your link. It will be a closed and private meeting. All the trackers, and that means the people that we have met with and been with, we're going to send you links, so don't worry about that. All of our trackers, you're automatically invited. All of our honorary trackers and our Patreons. Trackers, you don't have to be a Patreon, you just have to be present. And then when we have our meetings, we're going to take information from those meetings and bring it to here so that people can hear what's going on. But that is a whole different YouTube show or stream. And it's going to be a private one. So if you would like to be invited to those, become a Patreon member, and you will get the links. But these will be the private meetings that we have. There's other things that we have to talk about. And then we will bring some of that information here and share on the stream. But this will be more for the teaching and for helping people with problems now.
There's a correlation between when our body has a mineral deficiency, illness will show up in the body. There's a deficiency, and so then you begin to have the symptoms. If you just treat the symptoms and not the deficiency, you will still have the illness. The same concept applies with spiritual. If you do not have, if you still have a deficiency and you do not have a strong faith and a strong spirituality, the symptoms will show up in other areas of your life, and they will show up as things like envy and bitterness and unhappiness, anxiety. Those are symptoms of spiritual deficiencies. So look into that, pray about that, and ask God to help you identify. You're welcome, Christian, and ask God to identify exactly what spirits you're dealing with. And spirits come in teams. It'll never be just one. Anxiety runs with depression, low self-esteem, all of these things that we are calling emotions and disorders are spiritual in nature. Yes, we still have to make sure our body's healthy and that we have no chemical imbalances and things like that. But everything starts in the spirit first and then manifests into the physical.
Demons will try to get that right from you. They will ask you. They will fulfill your wishes. They will bargain with you. They will tempt you. They will do whatever they can to get that connection with you. Do not dream. These things are real. These places are real. These physical and spiritual or these energy predators will do anything to get that right to you.
We do talk about what spiritual leaders and pastors and preachers should be, and seasoned Christians or people should be telling you. But are you also going home and reading the verses and actually seeing how they apply to your life, those lessons here and elsewhere? Don't wait to be spoon-fed everything. Search for yourself, search the verses, pray about the verses, see whatever other verses coordinate with that one. Be active and not passive in your Christianity. Those are the spiritual warriors that are powerful, not the ones that just sit around and those are just pew warmers. Don't be a pew warmer. Don't just sit and take up space in church. And when I say church, I don't just mean the building. I mean our church is out there. It's not just in the building. People go to bars and churches for the same reason. They want to be understood. They want to be listened to, and they want to be loved. That's the same reason they go to churches. And if you don't treat them properly, they will go to the bar instead of coming to the church.
As we talk with, and we have talked about this many times, but each warrior out there in the field will have their own fight. And this is not just a physical, it's a spiritual fight too. It's for the energy body, it's for the soul, it's for your physical body, for the blood and the flesh. But it's also for everything. When people want to say something, they think about themselves, they think about their families and friends. And demons will take that offer. Because you've just left out the trees, you left the animals, you left the birds, you left the soil, you left the entire earth, you left the moon, you left the sun, you left all the planets, you left out everything. Don't make any deals with any demons. They only want to consume you. That's the only goal of a predator. Whether it's a Bigfoot predator trying to make a connection with you, they only want to consume you. Energy predators, demons, they only want to consume you. 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 Are we kind of good?
I think it's about time.
Okay. So 6:51. We did very good. We got through this pretty quickly. The lesson tonight, only because we have our trackers off to the other side to where we're going to get with them Friday for our tracker talks, our morning tracker talks with coffee, of course. And let's see, that will be Friday morning, 9:30 to 10:30. We're going to get some updates and we're going to get into a lot more details with our trackers, and then we'll give you the information here. That is open also to our Patreon members. You know who you are. I think we have two. But you will get the link and you know you're invited. We'll make sure that you get that. And to every tracker meeting or update, the Patreon will be invited to sit in. And a lot of the, I would say this, one of our Patreons is, he has a DVD. He's been with the channel for a while. So we would actually like to ask, and I don't know if we have asked this before, but Scott, we would like to ask you to be an honorary tracker and be not just view the not just view the streams, but be an active part of the team. We will need some updates and information if you have any on any activity in your area, Scott. CT, we would love to have you as an honorary. Also, you have the DVD and you are up to date on everything. We would like to get you into the meetings, but we want to, I don't want to say upgrade, but we want to bring you up to where we are so that you can help more people in your areas. So we'd also like you to think about being a tracker with us. Mary Stoughton, if you're out there listening, we contacted with you today, and we're going to make sure all of our trackers have the links, and we'll be looking for those updates then. Right now, we're just getting some updates to make sure everybody's okay, and that's what we're sharing now. Thank you, CT. Thank you, CT. Let's see, today is Monday, so Wednesday looks like our next viewing time. The lesson will be put up and the streams will be sent out again. Our trackers, be prepared for Friday morning, 9:30 to 10:30. We want to make sure all of our trackers are there. We're going to check in. There's still one or two that hasn't responded. All right, Scott. Hey, Mary. All right, we're so glad everyone's here. And we will be looking for those updates. And Scott, give us some updates. CT, let us know what's going on over there. Mary, give us some more updates, but we're going to hold that until Friday. We will contact during the week to check in on people to make sure everyone is okay. All right, CT. And CT, we understand.
Yeah, no need to apologize at all.
Yeah,
and we're so thankful.
And don't force yourself if you can't stay awake or can't make it. We understand.
Yes.
We must. Hey, great information. May God bless us all. Thank you. Linda, if you're available also for that tracker meeting, we want to send you a link also because you have helped us, and we want to make sure you're there for the information. It's more information, like one of our friends had said that the reason they're helping with the Patreon or helping is because they don't want to miss any of the information that we're putting out or giving. And Charles, we will see you also Friday at that tracker meeting. But all the information we can get before that is helpful.
I want to just go through a couple of the comments that we didn't see earlier. Avi May says you've been closing doors a lot lately on negative people. That's good. Good for you.
Thank
good
you.
for you, and you will surely notice a difference.
Good.
And just welcome to. I'm going to shout out to the names in the chat. Thank you for being in here. Scott, CT, Tennessee, Christian, Lupita, and Avi May. Are you telling me to read CT's? CT says, I want this.
Well, Lisa here.
Okay, let me go down the list.
Okay.
Let's see, he's got Judy Wheeler's here.
Judy.
Christian, did I say Christian yet?
Mm-hmm.
Hello. Let's see. And I know Pyromedic was in here.
Pyro.
And there's Mary. I don't know what happened to Mary's. Maybe to Pyro's, I may have scrolled over it or something. But anyway, hello to all of you and thank you for being here. And then Charles says he's been listening and learning, Special Warriors and Friends. Linda says, yes, thank you. I have much new information. It has been awesome, but my job gets in the way sometimes. Okay. We understand.
Yeah.
CT says, I want this information to be reached to more people. It's very important. People dying out there, and the TV show is just making money, placing people in danger. And then Facebook user says, hey, here we are. I don't know who
we
that
are
is.
here.
Ghost Star Dancer. Hadn't seen her in a little while.
Lamont Cherie. She was on Facebook last week.
She was on here earlier.
Oh, okay.
She was in here earlier. But yeah, some of these, you know what? Some of these comments are disappearing because I saw them earlier.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, so if you're on here, thank you. And Ghost Star Dancer, hello, Facebook user. Not sure.
Facebook user.
Is that the Lloyds?
Maybe. So
Not
we
sure.
are here. Sound like a group.
Oh, thank you guys, all of you. And let's see, there was one more. And we're going to come back to this subject because there's still just so much more.
So it's Bernice and Dwayne.
Oh, Bernice and Dwayne. Okay,
Tracker B and husband.
Yeah, y'all say a prayer for Bernice. She's not been feeling well at all. And we don't see Tracker A in here tonight. So prayers up for her. And for anybody in the feed, if you need prayer, we pray over you. And I guess that's
also
a good time. Okay.
During that first tracker meeting, to everyone who's going to be at that tracker meeting, we're also going to do a health evaluation kind of thing. We're going to make sure that everyone knows what minerals to take for themselves, what plants to eat, flowers and edible herbs. We're going to do that for each individual tracker and each individual Patreon member who is in the room.
I would like to say something about that. We had someone that we've tried to help. They're sick and family members are sick with chronic issues. And we tried to help them with the information about the minerals, but they turned their nose up at it and wouldn't even listen to talking about the minerals that God made, the vegetables that God made, the herbs that God made, the flowers that God made. This is all we were trying to tell them about to use. But they're like, no. We'll let God handle it. We'll let God handle it. Well, it's kind of like this story about the people on the roof in the flood, and God says, I sent you a helicopter and 3 boats and an airplane. You know, what are you complaining about? I was sending you help and you just turned your nose up at it. So
but I believe these people also take the pills from the doctor or the shots and
the pharmaceutical fake
stuff,
things that God made. But and the other thing is that this same person is offended by the spiritual advice that we give also, because it's not exactly what they say or what they believe, but we're trying to put out fires, and they're complaining about the color of the bucket that we're using. Put it that way.
Yeah.
We're fighting the same enemy, and they would rather battle with us. Don't do that, Jesus people.
Yeah.
Don't do that. You're pushing more people away from God.
And don't battle us anyway.
Yeah,
we're intact. We got our
okay.
walk. Our walk.
We're not perfect, but that's why he came here.
But that's also whenever something comes at you, if you're with, if you're intact, that's the armor. It's going to go back, and you're going to have problems, health problems, whatever. It's going to come back on you. Don't go against.
And we don't say that with delight at all. We don't want it to.
No, it's just a fact. I mean.
Yeah, that's just a warning, but not in a threatening way. It's an advisement.
Yeah. Work on your own things.
Yeah, don't attack people. Don't allow yourself to be used as a means to attack people, as you're guided from behind by both negative humans and negative energies. They're pushing you. You're a good person. You know who you are.
Yeah.
You're a good person, no grudges, but we don't have to communicate, and we don't owe anyone anything except ourselves and God. That's it. Even the viewers, as much as we love you, you don't owe us. Our trackers don't owe us, and we don't owe you anything. The only ones that we are accountable to is God. We have to be responsible, but we're each responsible for ourselves and our own walk. I'm not responsible for him. He's not responsible for me. And well, I guess
I know
I'm not going to beat it to death.
I know TrackerElla spirituality is intact. I know mine is, so we're not worried about it. We're just saying, realize where you may be focusing your energy. It doesn't need to be focused, especially this way.
It's okay. Keep pointing.
Do this.
Point to God.
Do
Point
this.
to God.
Do this. Don't do that.
To God, not at us.
Focus on God. Focus on God. Walk your path. And that was the topic of tonight. Though I walk. Same with TrackerElla. Though she walks. Know your walk. Know who you're walking with. Know who's got your back. Who has always been there. When people say or have that salvation and make that prayer, and God shows up and Jesus shows up and takes care of them, Jesus or God always says, "I've never left you."
I got one more story I want to tell, and this is one time, and I don't really get offended very easily. You develop a thick skin after a while, but I got offended on his behalf when someone said to him, and this is after knowing that his father was a pastor, his grandfather was a pastor, but because they don't agree with, I think it really only amounts to cedar, a plant that God made that you use to get rid of vermin. You know what I mean? It's the power of God, but because you do the smoke to, anyway, you're not doing it to worship God. But anyway, where were they going with it? He said,
that he didn't agree with the Indian side or something.
Yeah. He said, well, let me introduce you to my Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ.
Oh, yeah.
And I didn't say anything at the time, but I did end up thinking on it, and I thought how dismissive and how arrogant, really, to say that. Would you think that someone whose father and grandfather were pastors and that spent their whole life in a spiritual walk, because you don't agree with them, that you have the I don't know the cojones. I gotta admire that, to say, let me introduce you to my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. That's a script that you heard in church.
Yeah.
And there was no real, you weren't really trying to introduce him, you were trying to one up. That's not nice.
Yeah.
That's not nice. You knew, he knows who he is. He's not a third world country person who's never heard of God. You just don't agree with details, really.
Yeah, and even our family has 2 churches. Everyone's been pastors, lay speakers. Come back from the war. Many pastors came back. But
and there's several pastors on this site and that interact with us a lot. That they're good pastors, and we're okay. Anyway, enough of that.
Yeah.
But and God bless you. No grudges, but we're just speaking what we're speaking. Everybody else can talk, so can we.
Just direct it somewhere else. That's all we're saying.
Not here. Let's see.
CT
Judy
says,
of Soil. Wait, we got to go back up a little bit because we're missing some. There's a new name in here. Oh, Judy. Oh, okay. Pray We Must says, you both are right. Real quick, when we went to the Honduras for salvation and deliverance ministry, the demons met us at the airport. Oh, wow.
Yeah, right there at the door waiting. Come on in.
Yeah.
Except the demons ran into Linda.
Yeah. They didn't know. They didn't know. They were trying to keep her out of that country. CT says, is good not to shake hands with anybody, right?
No, don't shake hands with nobody.
Yeah, we don't have to do that.
Once you shake hands, you've broken your threshold. You've allowed them to break your threshold by touching you to come into that binding energy. You don't have to shake hands with anybody. The only thing I recommend is a hug, and that's with someone you love.
And in these days of COVID, nobody will get insulted if you don't shake their hand. You cough in your hand right before they want to, and they won't want to anyway, or something. If you don't want to be rude, pleased to meet you, nod, and just don't.
If they seem like they're offended, you just say COVID.
You're not lying. Just saying
I don't
want
to touch you. I don't touch you. I don't know where you've been. I don't know if you had the shot. I don't know.
But there are people that they will do the touch or that serpent's bite on the shoulder, and it's a means of attaching something to you or extracting energy from you. You do. Not everyone does this, but why take the chance?
Yeah.
Judy Wheeler says, I have been attacked on certain channels and they pushed me and I had to close them all down and leave them alone. I hear you, Judy.
Judy, that's because you have more information than they do. You know God.
The hilarious thing is that several of the people that will give us a hard time also follow the channel or get, it's funny.
Instagram,
if you don't think we know what we're talking about, then why are you wasting your time here? Get moving. Go do your thing.
Go Come over on. There. We're focused.
That's a spirit behind that. Scott says vanity. Absolutely. Mm-hmm. Bernice says the Catholic Church uses cedar to bless people. Mm. The whole thing with the incense and stuff, what God hates is the incense that was offered to other gods. He hated that. He never said you can't burn, you can't use fumigators and things like that.
Or, don't be
what is
worshiping
your intent
anything
of doing it? Yeah. Bigfoots hate the smell of burning cedar.
It's like their home is burning. Demons recognize that smell. Black widow spiders live in cedar trees. You burn that, you're burning spiders. You're burning the whole DNA, the whole Bigfoot beginning.
CT says, same here. People think we are wrong, but the truth always wins. That's right. That's right. The truth is always on our side. And here's the thing. Even if they think you're wrong, they don't have to go try to disrupt you or force anything on you. Okay, move on. Later. The spirit of witchcraft is all about control. You don't have to sign up to be a witch or pledge to Satan to be a witch. You can be going to church every Sunday and be a witch, be practicing witchcraft and cursing people with your negative thoughts and your negative energy and your negative intents. and your obsession with controlling other people, that is witchcraft. You take it from an ex-witch. And I'll tell you what else, you will have a whole lot harder time bringing a religious witch to Jesus than you know, to a true relationship and saving a religious witch than you would have a pagan or just an organic run-of-the-mill garden variety witch, you know, earth worshiping witch. They will be more open to you than a religious. They'll be more open to Jesus than a religious witch, to a true relationship with Jesus, because they're all about controlling other people. Bernice says, I go to Catholic Church and Native American Church. We all worship the Creator. I also pray at home. The Creator is everywhere. That's exactly right. He is not contained.
And also, like with Indian people or the Indian community, that we do have ceremonies, other ceremonies. We have the seed ceremony. You know, that's where we get together, we share foods and everything, and we share the seeds for that year that we're going to be planting. We have the planting ceremony. We have, when the seeds come in, we have the strawberry ceremony. And we have ceremonies all throughout the year for creation. Like the strawberry ceremony. The reason the strawberry ceremony is done first is because it's the first berry that produces in the mountains. And then you get the blackberries and everything. So it's the first one. We also have a lightning ceremony. And the lightning, when the first lightning hits, that electrifies the earth. This is when the serpents come out, the bears wake up and everything. We have ceremonies for that. We have ceremonies for the sun, the solstice, the moon, the equinox. We have the harvest ceremony. We have, again, another planting ceremony for the season coming up. We have end of season ceremonies. We have ceremonies and war games to see who was going to plant and who was going to harvest that year. So we do have other ceremonies than other people, but those ceremonies are for creation. So I wouldn't see how anybody would
He
be
did say he
offended by
gave
that.
every good herb for our body.
Yes. And everything.
What could we started in a garden? What could be more?
And even the healing that we use minerals, plants, water, air, herbs, and flowers.
And the same people that would chastise and have chastised him and are so concerned about his soul celebrate Halloween, celebrate pagan holidays. They haven't even looked into the earlier roots of a lot of the holidays that were taken over by the Christian church. You all dig into that yourselves. But you get my point. Mr. Mills is here.
Hey, Mr. Mills, it's about time.
And Mr. L needs to come back too. And SMA Mommy, if y'all are listening.
Mommy.
Kelly.
Yeah.
Kelly Lynn.
Yeah. Cliff.
Yeah. Okay. Let's see what else.
Joe Blow was here a while ago. I don't know.
Oh yeah, Joe Blow. He's here. He just popped in to say here. Bernice says, let's see.
Or CT.
CT says, that is what I do. Thank you for that advice. I use that sentence. I believe she's talking to Bernice, and probably the sentence, the creator is everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, if you're talking to the one that made you, you know who you're talking to. And even if you couldn't speak and couldn't form words, you know who your heart is talking to.
Mm-hmm.
Where are we? Glory, hallelujah from Christian. Lots of acknowledgments.
Hey,
Mr. Mills says, truth walkers always tend to be smarter than the sheeple of today, and we are looked at as crazy. Absolutely. That's good praise.
Yeah.
CT says, oh, no, I'm not going to try to read that, CT. Okay. Charles says, I've had to stop following certain people because they were so closed-minded to our beliefs.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's true.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we've had a lot of people. What's funny is they're like, our people from our channel are aggravated that you won't do what they say.
Yeah, from
Come
another
on.
channel somewhere else are upset at us because we won't let them interfere.
It's our channel. If we talk to someone or give advice to someone, it's because we care about you. If we reach out to someone, not because we need you, not because we need the views, not because we want anything from you. The only reason we have reached out to anyone that we have reached out to has been because we see things that concern us about the safety of how you're entering the woods and what you're doing. That's it. That's our only reason we care about you.
Yeah. And we know you have your own spiritual walk. So that's between you and God.
Yeah.
We're here to help you be safe out there in the field, and also to know a certain, things that people don't know.
Right. Okay. We're gonna go through a few more. Hold on. A few more comments. Hold on. He's a little quicker at this. Let's see. Mr. Mills, amen from Judy Wheeler. CT again, thank you for the Spanish. Thank you so much. D says hi. Hey D, how you doing? CT says thank you, Judy. Tina left the translation, or Tanya left the translation building early. Hello. Oh, Tanya is tired. She has been super busy the last few days. She is wiped out. Mr. Mills says, hey guys, hope everything is good with y'all. Everything is great, Mr. Mills. We hope it is with you too. Lots of love from Judy. Let's see. Buenas noches. Is that thank you? Or if it is, then Donata is my proper answer. Judy said, buenas noches.
Buenas noches. Good evening.
Oh, good evening.
Buenas
Good evening,
noches.
Facebook user. Hola.
Facebook user.
Hola. I had that one wrong. Okay, and we're done. Okay, everybody's in. D's in the house.
All right, D. Good to hear you.
That's it with that. We're caught up on comments. We love you guys. Anything else you want to say?
Trackers, be ready for Friday coming up. If you're a Patreon, also be ready for Friday. We have other information that we're going to be sharing with you. Not that we're not going to be sharing here, but we'll take the results of that meeting and share them also here. Just short clips because we need to be with our trackers more, and we're going to use this stream for lessons, information, and helping people with problems right now.
All right, so we will close in prayer. Thank you, everyone that was here. Lord, thank you for this night. Thank you for allowing us to be here and allowing us this platform. Thank you for building a hedge of protection around us and around the viewers here. Lord, we ask that you will help the people that come here to discern what they need to know, and that you will help any troublemakers just to find the door and not to come back. We love you. We thank you. In Jesus' name, amen.
Everybody, keep your threshold strong. Keep your spirituality strong. Get your family, get that love together. Show these demons they got the wrong house. They got the wrong place. Demons are not welcome with us. They're not welcome with you. Let them know. Sometimes they just have to know. We're going to close for tonight. We're going to try to be back in 2 nights. We will put a posting up again. Trackers, we need you ready for Friday morning, 9:30 to 10:30. We wish everyone a good night, and we will see you again very soon. We may have some things coming up on the weekend, but we'll talk with the trackers about that, and then we will report back later. Let's see if there's any last words. CT apologizes for something that happened earlier. CT,
what did you do, CT?
You did everything. You did everything great. You did everything great. Charles said he'll answer to both. Jeremy says, have a good one. All right. Dee says, good night. Judy Wheeler, good night. Lupita, good
Lupita,
night.
good night. Good night, everyone.
Have a great night. We will be back in about 2 nights with more information. Trackers, get ready for Friday. Patreons, if you want to help support the channel or be a part of the Tracker conversations, the Morning Tracker Talks, become a Patreon member. You will get that access and the links, and you won't miss a thing. We will see you again in about 2 nights.
God bless us all.
God bless
And
us all.
good night, warriors.
Good night, warriors.
Thank you for that.